Nope. How you doing, officer?
All right, is Johnny coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming.
Yeah. All right, I'll leave it unlocked.
Gonna make it. We're gonna feel
All
in
right.
his legs for a couple of days. So we give him some. Are you going to jail?
Okay.
I don't know, bro. We'll see what happens.
We're just getting that incident right up for you.
Alrighty. Welcome to Davis
Yeah,
PD.
checked out by EMS as well because he took a bit of a fall.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you like Mike? I thought you went by Sonic. I'm sorry.
What's up, gentlemen?
I go by Mike.
Oh, where? I got you, Mike.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Problem.
Damn, what
Good.
happened to you, bro? You shot in the eye?
No, the
You look
judges.
like a bloody mess.
Judges don't know how to drive.
Oh, word.
Hustle, you care if
Oh,
I take
hey,
point
Mr.
on this
Man.
one? You can have the fee.
No, I'm hoping you do, actually.
All right. Who's my arresting officer here? Who am I dealing with? Don't you worry, fella. We'll get you all squared away momentarily, especially before.
Why you got no pants on?
Those are the short shorts, man.
Would you like to defer to somebody else?
I mean,
I wouldn't recommend his son.
Nah,
He's the
bro.
judge.
Best
hey,
judge
you
in the city.
cool, bro. You cool.
It's
Different.
Wait, see, that's the thing.
See you
What you gotta know
not
is
LiLDirk, is it?
when a
early.
feller is in a city of gangsters wearing
What are
booty
you guys
shorts,
going
yet
up to incident report?
just about everybody around him's not talking
I'll
about
do
his
it.
booty shorts,
Come up
it
here
should
to-
tell you that there's something
Wait
to
a
be known.
Oh my God, bro. Look,
So
I
first
don't know
things
why I'm
first,
facing over here.
can you afford your lawyer fees?
Yeah, I can afford it.
All right,
How
cool,
much is it?
cool. Well, whatever this guy wants to charge right here, I'm gonna represent you, but you're gonna pay him.
Alright.
500, please, sir.
No, you're
My-
lucky.
my
I charge
cash
app-
2 grand.
My cash app's 28.
Yeah, go ahead and message him or wire him now. All right, so what's your name, sir?
Little Dirk.
Yeah, that's what I
Dirk.
thought.
All right, Real Dirk.
No, little.
My name's Judge Johnny. This is Public Defender Junior Hustle, and this is my other fellow judge, Judge Hanzo Smith. I'm going to be representing you today. They're here to join me. We're going to have some fun, but we're going to get you squared away, and don't you worry about it. Do you need anything to drink or anything to eat? And are you okay right now while I go discuss with the police officers to find out what your charges are?
I'm good.
All right, my friend. Well, if you bear with me a little bit, either these individuals will keep you company or they're going to come with me, but either way, we're going to try to take your time and keep it into consideration and get you in and out of here pretty quickly, all right?
Alright.
All right, fair enough, my friend. Just bear with me.
Get you in and out of here pretty quickly, alright?
All right, fellers, which one of y'all's the arresting?
I could deal with you. He's just filling out the incident real quick, but pretty much we went to pull this guy over for a simple traffic.
Whoa, you're getting ahead of me. Who's the arresting officer first off?
Right here.
Who?
Right here, Jim.
Okay, yeah, and your name is
Jim.
Jim Leahy. All right, is that officer, recruit, cadet?
Officer Leahy.
All right, next thing is what are the formal charges separately, if you don't mind?
Okay, he's going to be receiving a reckless driving charge, fleeing and eluding, and failure to stop. I could just get those individual amounts down to...
Perfect, you're reading my mind. And if there's fines as well.
Alright. Yep. Just gotta see some. So the fleeing and eluding is gonna be 30 months with an $800 fine.
Okay.
The reckless endangerment is gonna... Oh. Did you... Yes, reckless endangerment. My fault. Not reckless driving. Which is so that's gonna be 20 months with a $600 fine. And then the failure to stop is gonna oh, where'd that go? 1 second. It's just gonna be a $450 fine.
All right, so he's looking at 50 months and $1,450 in fines.
I believe that is correct. You have everything added together on the report yet?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm just finishing it up now. 2
No,
minutes.
you're good. If the charges and the separate what you gave me is right, then my math's correct. So,
Okay.
all right, go ahead and give me the story. So, how did you come into contact with my client?
We were over on Grove Street. He was driving way over the speed limit. Did not get an exact clock. That officer would that officer who had originally got the clock has flown out, but it was visibly like fast, like over the speed limit. And so we went to go try and stop him. He pulled into the alley behind the Grove gas station, and then continued to flee and did not stop for us. And then he ended up crashing, going up a tunnel, and then ended up by the hospital. And then once he hopped out of his car,
Go ahead, continue. Thank you.
he hopped out of his vehicle and then continued to run from us, and then warned him a few times and ended up having to tase him. And that's why we had EMS come here to check him out, because he took a little bit of a fall from that taser. And then I detained him and we brought him here.
Okay. Has anything been confiscated from my client?
Yes.
What has been confiscated from my client?
1 Glock, 1 iPhone, 1 radio.
Interesting. Can somebody advise why we confiscate phones from people?
They're contraband in jail.
That makes sense.
During processing.
Nope, that makes sense. Thank you. Contraband in jail is what I needed. All right, so he's looking at 50, 1450. Now, you said reckless endangerment. Can you elaborate on what is driving that said charge?
Okay, he was, I don't think we have an exact reckless driving chart. So the whole thing is he was driving very reckless and weaving in and out of traffic, endangering lives of other civilians.
Okay. And you verbally requested them to stop. The failure to stop, is that before the tasing, I'm assuming?
Yes.
If I may interject,
Sure.
There is a charge for reckless evading as well.
Reckless evading? Oh.
I'm not sure which is worse. They're both Class B felonies. I do believe one carries a larger sentence.
Well, I will say, please make up your mind on what you are wanting to charge them with.
Everything I brought up to you is what we're going to be charging them with.
All right, fair enough. So... I hate playing hardball on such low charges. It's a lot more fun when we have a lot higher charges.
Agree.
All right, let me go
Pretty
talk.
much.
Let me go. I mean, I could totally just hammer it in there, but it's not nearly as entertaining when it's such a not worth it. Let me go talk to my client real quick and find out his side of the story. Do y'all mind giving me just a smidgen of privacy with him? Client attorney privilege, of course.
I have a question.
Yes.
What kind of car was he driving?
It was I don't know the exact model.
What color was it?
But it's like a red, like
It was red.
I can't think of the name. It's
Beetle,
like the
right?
with the
Wasn't it a
bars
Beetle?
and like Beetle. No, it was
Wasn't
one of
it a
those
Beetle?
fast off-road things. Why can't I think of the name?
Buggy? Is it a buggy?
Buggy maybe. Hold on, let me.
Oh,
A
Something,
Prius?
No, hold on.
Was the gentleman's name Dirty Mike and the boys by chance?
10-6 with the lawyer.
They will have sex in your Prius if you leave it unlocked, so be careful.
Oh, I believe it is going to be called an outlaw. It's one of the vehicles with it is for off-roading mainly. It's got like the big suspension. It's with just a roll cage, not like a actual surrounding roll cage and like the doors.
Like a dune buggy kind of? Yeah. And anyway, that's
Dune buggy.
besides
Dune
my
buggy.
point.
That's
Dune buggy.
okay.
that's the word.
All right.
Why can't I think of that, man?
What happened? Be honest with me.
Alright, bro. I was in my Doom buggy, just bought it, came out of the dealership. I was like, damn, bro, I gotta see how fast it goes. And then, boom, officer catches me speed off a red light. And that's when one officer just started chasing me. All of a sudden, 3 more cops come out of nowhere. It's like they thought I robbed the bank or something. I had 4 cop cars chasing me. I was like, bro, I don't know why they wanted me for some reason. I just got scared and I just kept driving and driving. And then I'm speeded up. I got on the freeway. They rammed the shit out of me. And you know the bridge where there's like shallow water? You know that bridge?
Mm-hmm.
They just pushed me out of the freeway and knocked me all the way down that bridge. But you know, my Doom buggy got suspensions, but they broke because of that high of a drop.
Do
Oh my
you
God.
by chance have footage of that?
I do not. But the officer would tell you it happened.
No, I'm gonna ask them about the pit and who authorized the pit maneuver.
And then
That was gonna be my question.
I got in the alley. I tried repairing it, and the officer comes out of nowhere. I got back in my car. I drove for like 2 blocks down. The car broke down. I started to run, and that's when he tases me. I jump, and then he arrests me.
So here's a question. Why didn't you just pull over when the cops caught you for speed and just tell them you apologize? You had just
I
heavy foot.
I didn't want to get a ticket, and I don't like cops.
It's understandable. I don't like cops either, and I prefer no
They're
tickets
so
as well.
corrupt to me. Like, why
Not all
why
of
you
them.
gonna
I
knock
gotta
me
give
over
them
a
a chance.
bridge?
Now that's interesting right there. But let me go talk to him about that, because you got to remember, without proof is hearsay, and hearsay is not going to stand up in court. So we got to take approaches of what could or could not stand up in the courts. But here's what we're looking at right now. Luckily for you, you're not dealing with something incredulous. You got about 50 months. You got 20 months for reckless endangerment, aka reckless driving. You got 30 months for fleeing and evading, and then you're getting fined for failure to stop and fined for the other 2. So you're really looking at 50 months and $1,450 in fine. Nothing too crazy. Have you ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
You have. So if we look you up in the MBT system, we'll find previous records of you.
Yeah, I
Like a
defended him
lot,
before.
probably.
I've
Like a
defended him
lot,
before.
probably.
I mean, my recent one was probably like, I don't know.
Mr. Lane, I've defended him before.
Gotcha. All right, well, we're not going to take that approach. I'm not going to bring that
No,
up, because
don't
that's
do
just
that.
going to make things worse for us.
Yep.
All right, well,
He has a lot.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
look, listen.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, you're probably going to serve a little bit of time. I'm going to
I
try
can't
to
just
get
get
these.
like a bail, or I can't pay the cops.
I'm going to see what I can do. Are you open to bribes?
Like bribe them. That's
Sure,
another
fuck it.
charge.
No. I will offer a donation for repercussions to the municipals that you have destroyed through this thing, and seeing if they will be willing to take a direct donation for the incongruences that you've caused the city.
I don't even think they damaged their car. They mostly damaged mine.
You didn't damage any of the fucking light poles or any of them shits?
Nah, bro. I'm a good driver.
I find that hard to believe.
That's why they had to pit me.
Well, let me go chat. You might be serving some time. You might be looking at a little bit of fines, but I'm going to get you this reduced, and we're going to make it worth your time and your while, all right? So bear with me a minute. Let me go negotiate with them and see what they have to say with a couple of my questions. Do you need anything like water or anything? I'll try to get you out of here real soon. All right. Alrighty. I got a couple questions for you.
Oh, sorry, gentlemen.
Right. What would those be?
So, I was told that during the chase, there was a point in time where a pit maneuver was done against the suspect's car?
Yes, sir.
Who authorized that pit from your leadership?
That would be me.
And what's your rank, sir?
Officer 2. At the time was the highest involved.
And what was the reasoning for authorizing a pit?
Well, he'd been driving on the wrong side of the road. Generally, once they've endangered other people's lives, hence the reckless endangerment charge, pits will be authorized below a certain speed. Now, what you're referring to it was more than just a pit maneuver. Let's put it that way.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I heard it was more like you smashing into their car.
It wasn't me. I played my role was played perfectly. The officer in question, unfortunately, is not here to defend himself.
Interesting.
However, that's why EMTs met us here. It was not because of the taser fall. It was because of that
the
fall. But,
aggressive pit maneuver.
well, it's very clear his injuries were not that severe because, firstly, his car kept moving. He continued to drive his vehicle with no problems afterwards. Secondly,
And continued to
made
flip.
no mention of any physical injuries upon arrest. We took it upon ourselves to have an EMT be here on this to meet him during processing to make sure he was 100%. He was given bandages, food, and water. And should be a-okay.
But
yes.
in your professional opinion, just so that I can make sure I have the proper record, you stated that the pit maneuver was less of a pit and more of a direct crash.
Okay, if I can describe this for you verbally, you follow me here. The Olympic Freeway that runs over, between Strawberry and Legion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in the middle of that highway between Elgin and Strawberry, there's an emergency turnaround, right? So we had 3 officers in the chase, and LiLDirk took the emergency turnaround. He juked the primary officer. I was the secondary. I made the turn with him. Now, because he had made a U-turn here, he was going slow. I would estimate about 30 to 40 miles per hour, which is well within pitting speeds.
Of course.
So I executed a pit maneuver on my own clearance. His vehicle was spun around to the inside of the highway. He continued going and slammed into another officer's car nearly head on. That vehicle then spun, and next thing you know, essentially it kind of slingshotted him off of the highway and down into the canal. But like I said, he immediately started driving again. We took the exit, U-turned down through the tunnel, and continued the chase.
No, absolutely. Would you say that a high-rise interstate on and off ramp is a safe place to perform a pit maneuver?
I would say that the pit maneuver on the inside of the highway is absolutely 100% safe, yes. The likelihood of a vehicle taking flight from a simple pit maneuver, the odds are astronomical.
Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight. The odds are astronomical that if I'm on a one-story high-rise interstate and you smash my car into, let's say, the far right wall, that there's no chance, and it would be astronomically high, that my car would go over that said barrier down a one-story drop onto a concrete slab?
Possibly, sir, but that's not what I said happened. I pitted his car towards the inside of the highway.
No. I understand the way that you pitted. It was the explanation of it not being a potentially unsafe place to perform a pit. I have no issue with the pit. It was the location that the pit happened. I have a slight location.
That pit maneuver and location is textbook, sir.
Oh, fair enough. I'm not trying to argue that you did anything wrong. I'm trying to see if we can come to an agreement that it might not have been the safest place to perform a pit, seeing that it was one story up and could have potentially caused the car to flip and go down a story. I mean, needless to say,
pit has its risk of injury.
Of course. So the reckless endangerment. It sounds like there was also a little bit of reckless endangerment for my client as well. Would you guys be willing to potentially drop that charge and look at fleeing and evading and failure to stop as the core charges?
You just want the you said
so like drop reckless endangerment, seeing that it seems like there was a little bit of dangerousness done on both sides from the story that I'm hearing. Not pointing fingers, and I don't want to point fingers nor take it any further, but I figure maybe having that job and just looking at fleeing and evading and failure to stop, seeing that primarily sounds like the summary of the story outside of the pit.
Alright, I just don't want to mess this up. I think we have an issue removing.
No, I figured it out, Leahy. What you gotta do is find the charge again and right
and add it again.
All you do is right click it and it comes
right
off.
click it and it should come off.
Yeah.
And again, the only reason I asked for this is if any of your family members were in his shoes, you'd be wanting me to do the same thing, and so I'm just looking to make it worth his time for his representation.
But does he want to plead guilty to the other charges?
So that's where I'm going next. Is if we're willing to drop that reckless endangerment charge, I would say that he's willing to enter a plea deal on the fleeing and evading and the failure to stop.
Okay.
So long story short, just so I can give you guys a little bit of context, which I think we can all kind of get behind and understand this. But gentleman down here just bought a brand new car, and as you know, with brand new cars, you always want to know how fast they go. I can't probably honestly say there's not a person here who's bought a car who hasn't tried to push the limits just a little bit to see how fast they go. Is that fair?
That's fair. I see where you're going with
Not
this, and I
saying
have
that
my
it's legal and that
counterpoint
it's
ready.
legitimate. I'm just saying I understand his mental state at said time of purchase. We all get a little excited when we buy new toys, right?
Indeed.
The
Indubitably.
fact that it led to a chase and panic, which therefore wasted a lot of your time, I am a firm believer we should definitely have him serve a little bit of time for that. So I'm thinking we drop reckless endangerment. We
I'm fine with
plea
that.
into fleeing and evading and failure to stop. So that would be what, 30 months normally. We'll call it pleading into that. He's going to plead guilty, so we'll call that 15 months or 15 months, and then let's see what he's looking at, $1,250 in fines after that, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, here's a question for you. I don't know if any of y'all are high enough ranked to discuss this, but I know that I'm high enough ranked to discuss it with you, so it makes it kosher. He was wondering if the city was be willing to take any sort of donations for any of the municipals that he might have damaged, and I don't know if that's something that y'all are into or not.
I think that would be something that you guys would have to sort out with the city.
I can offer to you, you can't offer to me, hence why I'm discussing it and nobody else. But if that's something that we don't want to take into consideration, we want to let the fines handle that, that's totally fine as well. I just figured, hey, might as well throw it out there.
How many police vehicles did he damage?
That they damage.
Honestly,
we had 3 vehicles chasing him. I'd say 2 of them were pretty badly dinged up.
Imagine him taking the weight off the city's shoulders, him paying for the damages of those 2 vehicles.
Okay.
Just a thought.
So what are you trying to like replace the fines with like payments to the city, like pretty much what it's doing anyway?
yeah, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking the play is we just do the 15 months, and instead of 1,250, we call it like 1,000 in fines, unless y'all are willing to drop all the fines.
15 months in the 1,000. I'll do 750 in fines. I'll give you 15 months and 750.
Wunderbar.
Excellent negotiation, officer.
That works
I
for
don't
me
mind
as
working
well.
with them.
And like I said, like normally I would try to ball bust more, but there's really not much for us to work with here on both of our sides, really. And I feel like I've already exhausted any potential angles without being a total asshole about it. So,
So you would like to plead guilty to the fleeing and looting and failure to stop?
well, I'm going to go offer that to him real quick and see what he says. So let me see if he accepts it.
Sounds good.
Sadly, we don't have too much to work with in this situation, but I was able to get the reckless endangerment dropped, and they're willing to let you enter into a plea deal where you plead guilty to fleeing and evading and failure to stop, and you'll be looking at 15 months and $750 in fines. How say you to that?
15 months?
How's some time served?
I'll take that.
All right, bet. Perfect. Let me go discuss with them. I'll get you wrapped up.
Is the officer that took my phone there?
What about your phone?
They took my phone and he said he was gonna give me back when he sent me out.
Yeah, let me, I'm gonna see if I can work something on this. Give me a moment. Alright, so, he's accepted that deal. Now, do y'all want to negotiate time served and up it to 1,000, or do y'all want to stick with the 15 and 750?
Does 15 and 750 sound fine to you guys?
I'm always
That-
for more fines and less time myself. But
Actually,
I
I have a question.
Why
if I may.
don't we do this then? Why don't we just do the 1450 that was the original, and we'll just call it time served for him, since we're only looking at 15 months, and then we'll plead. Obviously, yeah, 1450, no time because time served, and then he'll plead guilty to those 2 charges.
So okay.
So that's full fines for all 3 charges, but we're going to drop reckless endangerment off of the incident. He'll plead guilty onto the 2 charges. We'll call time served on the 15 since he's been here for about that long, and then that way it'll just be fines and we'll run out of here. Full fines, $14.50.
That sounds fine with me.
All right, let me run it by him. All right, I got you one better. How about $14.50 time served?
$14.50. What does that mean?
So you were gonna pay $750 and serve 15 months. Now you're serving 0 months and you're paying $14.50 in fines.
Yeah.
All right,
If I get out a free man, would I get my gun back?
I'm gonna negotiate that right now. Hold on.
All right.
I don't think, was it ever used?
All right, so he accepts the
Sorry.
$14.50 in time served.
Hold on a second.
We do have a question though. Seeing that his pistol was not loose and he is a legally licensed carry of that, is there any way that we'll be able to have his phone and his pistol returned to him, seeing that time
I'm
served?
willing
And
to
it would.
return his phone, but the pistol, I think you guys will have to go through the court after the fact on that.
That works for me.
I don't, you know.
That's
I will
fine.
take it to an evidence locker, where it will be locked and logged in the incident report. If you
Yep.
just want to write down the incident number and maybe petition the judge to release
Nope,
it.
absolutely. We'll have him follow appeal process with an attorney, and if he wants to pay the attorney fees to take it to court, we can reimburse him to the court. So that works
I will,
perfectly for me.
Can I give his phone to you to return to him? Is that appropriate, or should I just give it to him?
Just give it to him here in a minute. We're about to go
Okay.
wrap it up with him right now. So if you guys want to come with me, I'll let him know. Yep. I'll go let him know what we're doing. We'll get him wrapped up. All right,
Hello?
sir. So I've spoken with the officers. We're going to be going with the 15 months of time served, and you're going to be paying the $14.50. They're going to be
What?
returning your
Yeah,
cellular
I'll give
phone
him the
today.
fines.
I thought I was gonna
Regarding-
be free.
You are. You're walking out of here with us. You're just paying your fines. But I'm explaining to you the process. So they're going to be
Here's
giving you your
and
phone
here's
back.
your radio. I'm also going to
Uh,
return that.
Regarding the pistol, due to the circumstances, it's counted as evidence right now. If you'd like
But
to
I didn't
remove-
use it,
Hold on, I
though.
know, I understand. You're not losing it. You're
Just
just
listen.
having it put into evidence. So if you'd like to reclaim your weapon, what you need to do is you need to hire an attorney for whatever their fee is, and then they will go to court and have the court appeal to get your weapon returned, since it was not used and it is legally liable to be returned to you through the court process. So it's whether or not you want to work with attorney and take it to court to get your gun back, or if you just want to say screw it.
I'll do that later.
All right. If
Yep,
you guys
it's
wanna...
that can be done at
Can I
any
do
time. We
that?
have the incident numbers. So Mr. Leahy right here is going to tell you what your incident number is. So just write that down, and then anytime you have an attorney, just give them their incident number, and they'll be able to get you squared away in the court.
Incident number. Where do I put that at?
Just remember it.
You have a notepad in your phone.
Just remember.
You have a
If you
notepad in
want
your
your
phone.
gun back, 482 is what you need to remember.
482. All right. That's it.
Yep. I'm gonna be giving you your fines right now, sir. And then
Everybody back
you'll
away
be
from him.
free to go.
All right.
Don't get those fines.
Hmm.
The only invoice I have is because of that.
Got it.
How much is it?
It was only like $100. I took care of it.
You
Just
think-
remember, when you buy
You think
nice
you can pay me
toys,
again? 'Cause look,
try
not
not to
even
be
moving.
excited.
Huh?
Yeah, can somebody try and fix him with
Yeah.
a taser?
Electroshock therapy coming right up.
Electroshock therapy. I'm not gonna lie, that looks so much better than it did in old places.
Is that-
Oh yes,
I think it's good
100,000%.
now.
Cool.
I can't move it for no reason.
You good now?
I had that
Yeah.
happen to me,
So
and I had to
gotta
fly
call you?
out. But maybe
No,
maybe
you
it
just-
does work.
You just need to get an attorney.
If you get a phone,
Just
Hey,
reach
Leahy.
out. Just pretty much
I'm
tweet that
I'm
you're
gonna
looking
give
for
you
an
the
attorney so that
weapon, so you, and
yep.
just make sure
you
you,
can get that
because
taken
he's
care
gonna
of.
try to
They
get
just
it
need
back.
your incident number.
You have
Make
the
sure you-
photo of it in.
Yeah, it's all there. Just
Twitter.
make sure
Okay.
when you put it in the evidence locker, you make a note, locker and drawer, where you put it. Okay.
All right.
Both numbers, locker and drawer. And you can even, honestly, I would take a photo of the whole thing so you have the serial number and add that to the evidence as well.
Yep.
And
May
know
we speak off
exactly
the
what it
record?
is. Yes, sir.
we can.
I appreciate y'all working with me on that. I try to always whittle something down for my clients, but that one there wasn't really much to work with. So I
Whoa.
appreciate
Go,
you
Andy.
going along with pit
someone's
angle.
thing.
I
Someone's
wasn't
echoing.
trying to push it too hard. I just wanted to talk at you.
No, yeah, I understand that because I at first I completely.
Okay, you're gonna flex your escape muscle.
God
Click
dang.
on settings. You're gonna go
Oh,
Don't go down there. Don't go down there. It's echoing.
Don't go down there, Josh.
Someone's echoing bad down there.
Yeah, it's the guy that just walked in. Because I didn't really necessarily have the evidence, but based off of like the verbal story that y'all had provided me, it sounded so much like the pit was very dangerous. And I'm a firm believer, like if you're gonna pit, do it on a normal flat road. Doing it on a high-rise interstate is always risking the car falling off. And as we both know, they were probably quote unquote fine when they landed, but we all know that if that happened in a different situation, you'd be super fucked.
Yeah.
You would not be fine, and you would not be driving that car off. So I was just honestly stretching because that was the only tangible thing I could work with that wasn't going to be just me being a total fuckface as a lawyer.
Alright. I'm gonna add the picture of his pistol over to that report. Well, it's gonna have his serial number, the amount of ammo that was in it, and the name of the weapon, which is Glock, obviously.
Mine's Bessie.
Whenever he wants to bring that to court to get it back.
Old Bessie.
Put it in one of the evidence rooms.
Well, officers, as always, I greatly appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully I wasn't too much of a pain. Oh my god, please, please, please fix your mouth.
Ah, so loud.
Try to take some of those angles and just
No,
talk it.
absolutely. I knew that was gonna come up. I
Yeah,
was telling him as you guys were walking away the first time. I was like, you forgot to mention the part where you fell 30 feet off the highway.
Yeah.
See, like, the part of that is like, I have to get y'all to admit that there was some fucker. That's why as soon as you told me, like, yeah, it was a little bit more than a pit, I was like, please elaborate. And I was like, this is the only thing I have to potentially get a
I
charge
mean, it's
up
on
to.
all of our dash cams. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but dash cams aren't a requirement, and that's the thing. Is you're not required to prove that information.
I'll lie to them, but I won't lie to you. It's not illegal for the police to lie about evidence or law to citizens.
It's our job to catch you in the lie.
Yeah, I can tell a guy I have his fucking, his DNA. I got your cum sock, bro.
Oh,
I can
wow.
link you directly to this. I don't even need to question you, alright? Watch this
Now,
fucking come
a
clean.
good lawyer would argue that from a technical standpoint. But yes, to a degree, y'all can lie to a certain degree, but we're also within our rights to try to press you on that and ask more questions to make it seem legitimate or
There's
not.
no law that restricts the police from lying to people. Remember that. Just remember that.
True.
Court.
Only in
However,
court.
if you get taken to court and a judge catches you doing some sketchy shit like that, you might get demoted and definitely fined.
Mm-hmm.
You could consider that small court going
No,
downstairs.
I always try to settle out of court. Easier, the money's
I
better.
had a guy yesterday when I brought him in for questioning, but I had enough to arrest him, but I didn't arrest him right away. I just brought him in for questioning, and I sat him down, and then he was like, I'm gonna need a lawyer for these questions. I was like, all right, cool, man. You're
Smart
under
man.
arrest. You're
What?
under arrest. Yeah. All right. It's gonna be like that. All right, let's
You placed him under arrest for asking for an
Listen, I'm
attorney?
not gonna lie.
No.
If you bring any of my cousins down there, I hope to God they immediately ask for attorney. Don't say anything.
They should. I mean, that's the smart thing
Absolutely,
to
that's
do.
the smart thing to do. Let me speak on behalf of you. Don't say some dumb shit and trap yourself.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Like I had that one guy who was like, yeah, he's like, I told him I didn't. I'm like, why? He's like, they said that they'd give me a better deal. I'm like, I can only get you a better deal. Why would you let them trick you into admitting to a fucking crime?
I had another one ask me for an attorney, and then he started to talk to me, and I was like, whoa, hold on. I'm gonna re-Mirandize you, and I read him his rights again, and then he gave an interview.
Yeah, you were taking the safe than sorry approach. You're like, I might as well just be
Well,
extra
he already asked for a
CYA.
lawyer, so I was like, at that point, it's like I have to re-Mirandize you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta do
well,
it twice.
I'll be right.
Sadly, Miranda rights aren't necessarily required in the city yet.
Yeah, I remember what we talked, but I'm still gonna.
You should still do it for the sake of the RP. It's
But I've
very
had people
immersive.
tell me they're like, oh, you only have to read them if you're gonna search them. I'm like, bro, what? Just
Mhm.
Google it, man. Come on. Got nothing
Oh.
to do with search and seizure.
I think it has to do with the arrest. It's like a formally arresting. You have to Mirandize
It
them,
has to do with questioning.
Questioning.
right? No
Actually.
questioning.
Yeah.
But there's certain loopholes. There's a few loopholes. Like if it's related to public safety or like basic questions like what's your name, is this your car, shit like that. That's all.
All on the
fine.
up and up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
All
violent.
Yeah,
right.
my
You can
angle
use
inside.
those answers in court.
My angle inside was just to get you to admit that there might have been some dangerous stuff done, just so that I could try to deviate
That
and
shit was
get some
totally
bargaining
his
power.
fault, man. The motherfucker. All he had to
Of
do was
course.
stop.
Of course, it's his fault.
Was that Doom buggy stolen, by the way?
I don't know.
He said he bought it, but I don't know if you can
He
buy
has
it
a
or not.
car called. Let me look. What is this car called? He owns 2 vehicles. It's either an Outlaw or a Manchase. I think the Manchase is a bike.
What now?
The Outlaw. It might be
No,
called the
this guy.
Outlaw.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem, man.
Outlaw.
Anytime.
What did he just say?
He said that he thank you for something.
Wait, oh shit, that's. Gotta eat some French fries.
Those invoices.
Oh yeah.
We don't have judges don't have access to invoices, so we can't issue warrants yet. So we've been trying to get them to do it where like I would take a Friday and write a bunch of warrants for every invoices that haven't been paid in the past 10 days.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there'll be a lot of warrants and a lot of manhunting for y'all to do.
Yeah.
Could be a whole division of
Well, yeah, bounty
collecting.
hunting is phase
I mean,
3.
as a detective, I don't know if that's my purview to do the paperwork, but I have an
It's
office.
It's just
Well-
writing the warrants for all
Yeah.
those things.
We have a
I think
phase
I
that
have
we
to
plan
put
on
them
rolling
into
out
the MDT
Penson.
though once you write them, right? Or
What?
an officer has
The
to
warrant?
put them into the MDT.
You would just go into the profile of the
And
person
flag
in
it.
MDP, and then you would flag it as a
Are you
warrant.
guys able to do that though?
We can't flag it. Y'all have
Yeah.
to flag it.
So we could coordinate though if you get
we
that.
can edit.
We can, but for some
We-
reason
we
it will
should-
not let me turn warrants off. I've tried a ton of times because I had a problem with it at first because people were issuing warrants without our approval.
If you ever need me to fucks with the MDT, shoot me an email.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anywho, I'm gonna let y'all get back on the road.
Yep. I'm gonna get my head right now. I'll be back 10-7.
Absolutely.
10-8. I mean.
Hustle, you coming?
Yeah.
Your car, man?
This is Judge Hanzo's car.
Whoop, where are we going? There you go.
Thank you.
Nice car, Judge.
Thanks.
It goes
You
real
got that
fast.
Bentley
Window
as well.
tint, so it looks a little dark, man.
I got it at a dealership. You can take it up with them.
It's a good
Yeah,
point.
I need a little test meter, man, to like check these window tints or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Now,
check
if you're
the-
gonna do mine, are you gonna do yours as well?
Yeah.
You gonna check the
All
judge's window
PD
tint?
vehicles with dark
Oh,
tints.
Huh?
You gonna check the judge's
'cause
window
there's
tint?
You know,
Interesting.
this city, we
No.
we
Da-
need
da-
some
da- da-
laws on tint. We
da-
need
da-
PDs
some
have
laws on tint.
PDs have dark tinted windows, darker than mine.
Not in the
that
city
in
of
mind.
Dondada. Dondada needs tint. It's so hot here.
I will say this: I'm
Nah.
pretty sure there is no rules on tinting being illegal.
No,
There's
yeah,
not.
there's not. There's not. I'm saying there should be.
Nah,
I want to bill you for the
No,
wasted
should
time.
be.
that means PD can't do them either,
Tisk tisk.
especially on undercover vehicles. They're gonna ride around untinted. That sounds unsafe.
We'll just test this real quick with my finger, man. I don't think any light could get through that.
I can see you just fine. That's
Yeah,
all that
your
matters.
windshield's broken, man.
Did you break my windshield?
No.
I had that. Are you sure? And he runs away. He looks guilty.
It's a sign of a guilty officer right there.
Pretty much.
Don't mind me, I'm hotboxing your car.
That's fine. The windows are open. Apparently. All my
Apparently.
windows are open.
It's an open air car. It's no big deal. Man, I tell you what, I have not gotten any good cases to argue lately. I hate like fleeing and evading cases.
Mediocre
They're so
cases.
boring. I prefer like multiple murder of an LEO, robbery, and shit like that.
Yeah, all those are just goofy reasons why
That's
they
why.
get pulled
That's
over.
why I was like, hold on. So you're telling me the only fun I get to have is with reckless endangerment and a fucking what's it called? I was like, Jesus. That's why I was stretching. But like that was my point. I was like, who authorized the pit? Because I wanted to see if somebody who was allowed to authorize a pit authorized it, and then, or if it was like some stupid recruit or some shit. And then the fact that they did it up there on the high-rise interstate is so dangerous.
He did mention that he flipped off the.
He did. You need
He
to call
did. That's
EMS.
why I was like,
EMS for the
charging
fall.
Yeah, so I was like, you're charging my client with reckless endangerment. It sounds like you guys recklessly endangered my client too. So let's just call it a wash.
I laughed so hard when he
Yeah.
said it was perfect pit. Yeah, so perfect. He flipped.
Yeah, he said a perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, Pinson was good on that. Like, and that's the thing. Like, hustle. It's that fine line of like pushing an angle too hard, or just trying to be like, well, I'm not trying to push it too hard, guys. I'm just saying, like, sounds a little bit. I just want them to agree with me that it could have been a little less aggressive or shit like that. Because if I can get the cop to agree to a point of view that I'm trying to take, then I can take that angle at that point. That's why I was like, we can all agree that we would drive real fast if we bought a new car, right?
Of course. And you were nice about it, because I would have been annoyed the fact he didn't stop, and I would have asked for him to take his license so he can walk back and get another one.
Yeah. I also know that being too much of a dick to the cops just makes our job so much harder.
No, to the criminal, actually.
Yeah.
Because that's the fifth time someone could have just stopped and just got a fine. And then when
that's what I'm saying. That's why I told him. I was like, why didn't you just stop? He was like, I didn't want to get a fine. I'm like, you got more fines.
Yeah.
It's like, you would have gotten a small speeding ticket.
Yeah, and would have kept his gun without going to court. Now going to court would cost him more.
You always pull over if it's something simple like that. Just talk your way out of it. Be like, I'm so sorry, officer. If you can give me that speeding ticket, I'll definitely get that paid immediately. I don't want to waste your time.
Because a speeding ticket's what, $500?
Yeah, whatever. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. I just want to control the damn conversation is all I want.
Yeah.
As long as I'm in control, I'm deciding what's being talked about. If I let them be in control, they're going to start deciding what's being talked about. I sure as don't fucking want PD deciding that shit.
I have done no spidering since I've been in the city.
That's so nice. I haven't had a single spidering either, which has been nice. I've also been able to call people on the telephone for the first time in like a year, which has been nice. I would have liked to have a better case. I was a little wishy-washy at the end too. I didn't know how I wanted to take the approach, and I couldn't tell if the officers were getting annoyed at that point with me just like stretching for fucking something, and so I didn't want to ask for too tall of an order, but they seem to be very receptive to time served lately.
Yeah, because it's down there so long.
I tell you this, they used to not be receptive to time served back in fucking
the other city
down the street. Yeah.
It's ruthless.
You would have hated lawyering in the other city. Hustle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Much more difficult.
Yeah. That's if you got a case without them sending them to ComServe. I'm gonna be back on later, but I'm gonna have to fly out soon.
Me too.
Well, before you do that, congratulations, Hustle.
What?
On your promotion.
Yeah.
You're a lawyer now.
Didn't realize I got one, but hell yeah.
I just did it right now. So make sure you go ahead and update your shit on the Bluetooth, and then update, I guess, your Steam name at this point, seeing that you have it as you're this stuff. You are now an official lawyer. You should be getting an increased paycheck now. If you haven't, and it does not change the next time that it comes through, let me know. I need to make you another job and then flip you back.
Awesome. I
think, is he eligible for anything new now, or is it this
You could charge more.
Yeah, you can charge more.
Can I hold my guns now if I don't die?
What do you mean, hold your guns?
I'm just kidding. I get killed a lot. I lose my guns.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
it
need
makes
that.
me sad that you're getting killed so much.
No, you know, it's partly my own fault. I went swimming yesterday by the yacht club trying to look at boats, and I'd never swam before, and I had something
you drowned.
with no EMS on. Yeah, I didn't realize there was no EMS on there because there was 4 at the time when I decided to go down to the yacht club, and I'm under the water and I couldn't get out from under the dock.
I used to own a house right over here in another city.
I would like to have a house over here.
Nice location.
I have an MLO house in Smokeland. It's my contractually obligated house that I got from fucking consulting for their firm.
Yes.
Well, you know, I ain't gonna do shit for free.
Of course.
Ugh. You'd be surprised, Hustle, but we have one of the most robust DOJs probably in FiveM. There's only a few cities that do it better than us, and that's like, you know, No Pixel and a couple other places. From what we've heard, we're one of the more organized DOJs. Most people don't have DOJs like we do, so.
Interesting.
Hey, that guy was looking for a attorney.
Yeah, that's because he wants to get his gun back.
Oh, Hustle, you could probably do it since you're a lawyer now. You can
An attorney or have a proof technically.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the next step.
What's that?
An attorney. And then that's where you'll stay until you get tapped for leadership.
Oh, great.
It's pretty much the pinnacle of DOJ unless you sell your soul to us and become one of our leaders.
Well, let's get close to that for 24 hours today.
Yeah. If that's something you're interested in down the road, we can definitely put it on the watch list and touch list. There's some stuff that you'll have to be trained on beforehand. I think right now Lou Beeg is going to be probably the next in line for the DA role.
Damn, Judge! You're in his way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is Beeg in the city right now?
No.
No, he's not. He needs to be here.
What's his fucking, what's it called?
Meaty.
He's, Steam?
Meaty Lewis, I think.
I gotta look it up.
I'm gonna ask Penny. She's in.
If she's in, he's probably in.
Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of late. Maybe work.
What time zone is he in?
He's in, I think he's probably an hour behind me. He's in Texas.
Oh,
No,
so
no, wait a minute. He's in Idaho, actually, somewhere like that. I'm thinking about General. General's in Texas.
General?
Yeah.
General ain't no fucking Texas. I thought General's in like another country.
No, he's from Texas. No, he's from Texas.
Is he?
Yeah, El Paso, which is full-blown Mexican land. I don't know what nationality he is, but.
Well, he looks Hispanic.
Yeah.
He looks like more like Colombian than he looks like Hispanic. You know.
True.
Not,
he does. Yeah.
Not like proper like Hispanic, but more like somewhere South American type of Hispanic.
Yeah, he's definitely Spanish. I know that, 100%.
He's got that soft voice. Can you take me to the hospital? I want to see if Penny's there.
Dude, the sprinkler system. You notice that?
Yeah, I saw it. Looks fire.
Where?
Right to your right.
It's not showing for me.
Right here?
No. In the green grass? No. No, it's not showing for me. I can see a little head popped up right here, right where I'm standing, but.
Yeah, it's spraying the shit out of me right now. Like a fucking.
It's the small things that
Interesting.
Yeah, there's springs.
Maybe my settings are too low.
It's one of those things that sometimes just doesn't
at some point you could drop me off down at the impound, that'd be cool. I gotta get in my head for a little while. Take off for a little while.
Yeah, we can drop you off on the way to the hospital if I'm not mistaken.
I got something gnawing on my ankle.
Hey,
It needs to
put
go.
on a
But
map.
Oh yeah.
Mark it.
Is it a pup? You got a pup?
yeah, she's my. I have a service dog.
Oh, nice.
She wants to go play. She's very
German
jealous of the
Shepherd?
computer. No, she's half pit, half lab.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a sweet dog, I'm sure. I put my
Unbelievable.
dog down in December. Had him for 16 years, something along those lines. A little over 16.
I'm sorry. That's a
Yeah,
hard
it was
loss.
hard, man. Yeah, well, it was that or try to deal with a senile dog whose health was dwindling while also trying to raise a brand new newborn baby at the exact same time. And then risking that dog whose shit's in the house all over the carpet every single day. Like every single day. Every night. Waking up to your wife just angry because your house is covered in shit.
That's sad. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
All right, gentlemen.
It was tough, man. But yeah, I'll holler at you, man.
I'll probably be back in a couple hours. Thanks for the promotion.
Yep, absolutely. Well deserved.
Have a great day, guys.
You too, man. Hanzo, you out too? He's already out. For sure.
Yeah.